he's going back to his house.
In Newton County, Texas, Game Warden Ellis Powell manages wildlife and not so wildlife.
This is not my first time dealing with this donkey. He's an ornery little cuss, and about twice a month he gets out, and it's going to cause an accident. I mean, this is a blind curve over a hill. I'm going to try to run him back to his house. Hey, Mr. Poplar.
How you doing?
Running that donkey back in there.
Well, that thing gets out all the time.
About twice a month they call me on it. Usually it's about 2 in the morning.
He'll come on our porch, and he walked up there and he'd put his head down where he can see through the glass door.
To see what y'all are doing inside?
I guess so. And that old dog, you know, he'll bark at him from inside, and you know they look at each other. Good thing.
Okay, Mr. Poplar. Be good.
Y'all have a good day.
Yes, sir. Mr. Poplin said that he was gentle, but apparently he doesn't like game wardens because he wasn't going to let me get close to him. And I think the donkey and I have a relationship. That's about the 3rd or 4th time this month that I've had to go out there and introduce myself to him. You'd think he'd know me by now, but he doesn't.
Bullshank heads to Lake Houston, a reservoir for the city and a popular fishing area, for an afternoon patrol with partner Greg Johnson.
Let's get some AC going in this joint, man. Oh, that feels good. Any luck? Not yet? That's where I'd be, right there in the shade.
Is this yours? Take a look inside it, all right? No fish yet?
I just got here.
All right. Yeah, if I can see the fishing license, then we'll be good. Excellent. You come out here often?
All the time.
Enjoy the day. What's it back there? Oh, he's coming to take a bite of you, mate.
Yeah.
Is he all right?
Alligators typically submerge when they see humans or boats.
That's very weird.
That's crazy how close we can get to him.
There's something wrong with his eyes, mate.
He's blind in one eye. It looks like he's missing an eye. I mean, we can leave him out in the wild, but...
What if you get some other knuckleheads coming out here?
That's what my thing is. You get some knucklehead seeing him swimming around. I'm like, oh, let's grab him. Let's take him. He's hurt. Show us that South African mojo, man.
Never done this before, but let's see how it works out, huh? Get on there.
Hey, just put your foot on his mouth real quick.
Gators have the strongest bite force of any predator.
His mouth's tied up, but even with the force that he turns his head around, I mean, he can still hurt someone pretty badly. You're okay, you're okay, you're okay. Yeah, something happened over here. I don't know what that is.
In his eye. Jack, see right here?
I wonder if he was in a fight with another gator, perhaps. He's got quite a bit of nicks all over his body, so I don't know if he got attacked by something or something hit him. He's definitely out of sorts, you know.
Gators can live up to 50 years in the wild. The wardens are hoping that in a less populated area, this one may get that chance.
We're going to relocate him to a place that's a lot quieter, less boat traffic, a very small human population. It's a reserve. Hopefully he'll be able to recuperate nicely and have a better chance of surviving out that way.
Game Warden Brandon Rose heads to the Black Gap Wildlife Management Area on an important mission.
We're surveying the bighorn sheep. This is a very sparse area. There's not a lot going on out here as far as wildlife or humanity or anything else.
A century ago, 4,000 bighorn sheep roamed the desert mountains of West Texas. The steep, rocky terrain was an ideal habitat for agile animals that could go for weeks without water. But by 1960, overhunting and livestock disease nearly wiped them out. So Texas began an aggressive repopulation program.
We count our bighorns once a year, and normally around this time. Last year we counted a little over 80 sheep. The year before we counted 100 sheep. So it fluctuates, up and down a little. Statewide, we probably have about 1,500 animals.
Control pedals free, 2 forward on the left. Fuel flow's coming up, oil pressure's coming up.
We're trying to restore these native animals back to their native lands. They belong here, they're part of the ecosystem.
It's really important that we keep track of how many we have, whether our numbers are up or down, and what the causes are. Make sure that we can make a difference to improve those numbers.
The canyon flight requires precision piloting.
But we'll start at the canyon here, right down below us. This canyon here to our 1 o'clock, go all the way to the base of the mountain, and then run around the base.
We're gonna use that as our start point.
10-4.
It's a huge coverage of these West Texas mountains that we're looking for these bighorn sheep. We fly this helicopter pretty low. We start one pass around a group of mountains, and then we gradually move up the mountain. About 50 feet away from some of the sides of these mountain edges and ledges. And as we do, we may see some sheep, and then we count them.
You can see the helicopter's location is at, and so we'll keep track of where we go, ensuring that we don't do any double flyovers. So let's see if we can get a lot closer to that peak that's over about 1 o'clock.
It can be some dangerous flying. We've got mountain elevations here as high as 8,500 feet. Terrain's constantly changing. It's important that you're on your A game when you're flying out here.
Think you can flip around and let me see that on my side?
10-4.
There, it's right in front of us. There, it's right in front of us.
The sheep's padded hooves enable them to bound 20 feet and balance on ledges just 2 inches wide.
Just seen some bighorn sheep down here, and now we're going to get a little bit closer so we can get a good count on what we have. These biologists, they also kind of grade each ram, so it's important that we're close enough that they can see what they're looking at.
There's a point of the observation that lets us know where the animals are at.
The team counts 120 bighorns, up from last year's numbers, which means the herd is healthy and stable.
The country's looking great. That's always something we look for while we're up in the air. The range is looking in pretty good condition, and so we're optimistic.
We got a good count in this area of the mountains. We saw a good amount of bighorn sheep, so it was a big success, and I think it'll make a difference in the long run.